Pixies. How are you guys doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world watching this right now. And maybe you're a multi-dimensional being and watching this in multiple parallel realities at the same time, and there's no such thing as anything but whoever is watching could whatever you want. So today's video is going to be pretty simple, chill, laid back. This was actually requested by a viewer, Poopsie. Thank you for whoever did in the comments, and I think a lot of you thumbs it up, so I was like, okay. Sometimes I do that. I just scroll through the comments just to see requests, and if you leave one in the comments, I probably will eventually do it. So it's just gonna be a MONQ Coke sipping session. Totally gonna be demonetized again. Every time I bring up MONQ for some reason, it's like flagged, whatever, it's fine. I have an affiliate link in the top folded description box below for 10% off your MONQ sticks. And you guys have been amazing, like literally almost like just constantly, almost like every single day, just buying these. Thank you guys so much for the support. I get a little bit of something every time you purchase, so I really appreciate that. So I'm just gonna be trying some of them out while I sip on some Coca-Cola. And I put ice in this plastic mug. Good times and tan lines. I love this one so much. And I'm just gonna spill the tea, girl, okay? I'm just gonna sit and chat and tell you how my days have been. They've been progressively better, thankfully. No more of a pity party kind of feeling. I'm finally starting to come into my own and do things, honey, okay? Make more of your summer. Unlock a summer of surprises. Open Coke or phone scan here. Oh, you can scan it. That's so cool. They have that now. I haven't had pop in quite a while, but just a gentle reminder, 39 grams of sugar, carbs, and 45 milligrams of soda, 140 calories, all in this one can. So I'm approaching 25, and I am mindful of my consumption. I like to exercise, and I don't want to end up just consuming, and then not taking good care of myself. I've been quite conscious of that lately, and trying my best to kind of cut meat out of my diet as much as I can. I still can't really live without it. It's pretty much like oxygen to my body. Like if I don't supply myself with that, then it's very bad. But I'll go days, like a day or two without it, and I'll be fine. But more than that, it's just like, but just eating healthier, or taking good care of myself, and really empowering myself through the work I'm doing now. So let's open a can and chit chat, shall we? The lovely sound of carbonation in your ears. Never gets old, right? It's raining today. I was gonna go for a bike ride. I like going on a close to 10-mile bike ride every weekend, and it's actually Thursday today, but just out of pure boredom, I have nothing to do most days. Ice cube tipped over. Ice cubes are very loud, in case you didn't know. think I remember my first experience filming with ice, and I didn't realize how loud it was being that amateur ASMR artist. And I went in the editor, and like there's several videos like that just never made it here because they were just messy, and it would take way too long to edit all of the clinks and clicks. But I was just doing this because I wanted to be quiet to let the fizz do the work. And I want to pour it gradually so we can enjoy it, you know, together. There's just enough ice. That'll be enough for now. Usually this mug, it comes with the straw and the lid seal, but I wanted to have it out in the open for sound this time. It's great for iced tea and iced coffee, so let's take a sip. Wow, that's cold. I had the Coca-Cola in the fridge and ice on top of that. Whoa. It's quite refreshing though, because it is a hot, humid summer day. I don't really feel guilty about too much, but soda has always been one of those things I still to this day feel guilty for consuming. I don't know why. Okay, I had to move my cup. I don't want to get my leg hair in it. What has been going on lately? I just did a collab with Juliet Luminate ASMR. I think that is the last video or the last two videos. I'm not really sure at this point because I do them in advance, and sometimes I'm doing a promotional video and then I have to wait till they schedule it for me a certain day and time, and so I don't really like plan these or schedule these videos too much. It's just whatever order I made them in, that's what I'll upload them in, you know, unless a sponsor says otherwise. And then I have to put them ahead of schedule instead of my own videos. So they're pretty much come as they go, and they're made usually a week or more in advance, typically. So this is Tony from a week in the past. Or more. Anyway, so yeah, I had a really great time with her, working with her. I just drove like not too far, 3-4 hours with stops, and she's really fun. Felt like a friend, just like naturally like a friend, you know. And she had great energy, and we did an awesome video for her channel. Go check that out if you haven't yet. Again, I can't say too much because I don't know when this video will be up, but if we haven't posted the collab by then it's a nice surprise, yeah, that I collabed with her. I guess you guys get the first announcement here if you haven't seen the video yet. Predicting, but I'm back home now. months, and yeah, I've just been meeting other people lately and having a good time, and just kind of getting used to interacting with the world in a sense, and being around people, and doing my work, God's work, so to speak. And I'm just having fun with it, really, overall. I think this school, really, for hypnotherapy has opened so many doors for me, and I couldn't be more thankful and feel more blessed than that, you know. And it honestly is just really a euphoric experience. That's the best way I can describe it. And I've talked in depth about it in my vlog channel. What used to be my tarot channel, what used to be a vlog channel. But regardless, I wish I had pretty much more time to make vlogs, because I've really been back and forth here and there a lot of places, and all I can do is come back on camera and be like, yeah, I've been here, I've been there, but like I never show you around like I used to, and I kind of wanted to do that, but sometimes I just grow tired of it, because it is quite a bit of a challenge to record your everyday life, and I don't feel fully present in the moment, so I don't feel like I need to pressure myself to do that every time, you know. I still bring my like vlogging camera and stuff everywhere I go, but it's like I never film because I don't feel like it, and if I don't feel like it, I'm not representing my right energy that I want to the world, and so why should I contrive a video forcefully out of just pure, I have to make a vlog, I don't have to, you know. So anyway, let's try one of these. any alarms. It really never does. Never in my experience. But I just like to kind of disperse the scent throughout the room. And I notice every time I come back in the studio and I use one of these, like it'll be like I had just an aromatherapy diffuser. Well, this is an aromatherapy diffuser in its own regard. However, those with the containers that blow out the steam without like inhaling them, and it feels like that, or like someone cut open like fresh fruit or something. It all depends, or made like tea and steamed it or something. So yeah, I'm gonna take it easy with these. But yeah, just here and there, and creates a nice flavor on your tongue. It's like, sometimes it's like candy, sometimes it's like tea, sometimes it's like a fruit beverage, fruit juice, fruit punch. It all depends on the herbs used, but yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Poopsies was the collab. That was my third collab in person with an ASM artist. I have with Ashley, Whispers Unicorn, Spirit ASMR the Chew now, Chili and Luninate. I wonder who my next victim will be. Yeah, and I've collabed with others before, that were not in person. What was his name? Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Like, there were so many, like, one that even had a channel for a short while. They were my friend, and then they didn't. I could go on and on and on. But, yeah, several people and other friends who just, like, were popped in video, family members popped in video. It's just nice to work with people overall, that's all. And I'm actually doing another promotional video with a couple new friends I met through school, and it's just really nice to do something creative with others, make something happen. I love being an influencer, I love creating, I love being visualizing, and spreading a message, and oh gosh, I never thought I'd actually do this, but I've actually even been passing around my book to people. Shameless promotion, I don't care, but I just wanted to get the word out. And recently, a publisher did reach out, actually a couple of them, but I'm not sure. I'm still trying to shop around, and before I'm certain, because when you sign a contract, you're pretty much stuck. So I want to be certain of that until I get okay with it. Like, I'm through Amazon now, KDP Publishing, and I've openly spoken about that before. If someone asks, I'll tell them, it's the easiest way to get published online. However, you can still sell on Amazon and be published through a company. However, usually, unless they are really interested in you, you have to pay a lot of money for them to promote your book throughout, and there's no guarantee that it will do well. Sometimes books just naturally take off and pick up, but this was my first publication, so I wanted to be mindful of that. And there is a lot of information in those pages, and I don't want it to just go to anyone. Do you know what I mean? And so, but I've submitted my manuscript to one place so far. I'm looking at another place. Usually you need an agent for that, so which I don't have. And I'm honestly focused on many other things right now that it's making it quite challenging for me to stick to my word with those and make promises, but it is interesting if you are an author. It is a very interesting life, and everything has its risks, but I'm nowhere near an author, and don't even call myself one. This was just done out of just pure get the message out there, spread the word, and honestly, I just wanted to do it. Like, that's one of my bucket list things I just wanted to do, and it was just satisfying to do. That's pretty much it. It was mostly for that. I didn't do it with the intent of becoming an author or profiting off it, and I did not really and you do have copyright protection through Amazon, but I went to copyright.gov and actually copyrighted the book myself. So it's like officially copyrighted as of a month or so ago. And when you do that, usually they send over, I think, your work to companies to see if they're interested. But I also signed on the book to be sold at potential bookshelves and libraries or places like bookstores, bookshops. And they can take whatever percent they want of that. So if they do that, even more awesome. I, again, never bothered going in person asking them to sell my book. Like, literally, the amount of level of not care to make a buck off this is for real. Like, if I want it to happen authentically, naturally, you know. But anyone who does read my book, I appreciate that review on Amazon. Thank you very much. That's something I need to do more nowadays, is reading. I notice people are doing a lot of reading, and I just blame it on not having enough time, but I can also say I don't do anything most days, so why don't I just pick up a book? I say that, but really I do. There's always something to do, but it's just kind of, I guess for a long time, way I've been functioning, where I say I don't, and then I do, or I say I do, and then I don't. It's like, which one is it, Tony? You know? That's me. Gentle hand motions wafting away the vape. Okay, so what else is there to talk about? Many changes coming up. Many interesting, fascinating things. I can give you an update on my sensory deprivation thing, float therapy. I'm going for the 4th time now in about a week, and so far it has helped immensely with my anxiety. People still notice that I tend to be very tense around them, but I think that's just part of my persona. I don't know if I ever will fully relax around someone without some form of substance. That's just me. I have a protective mechanism. I have a guard, a shield, a defense, a wall, a cage, whatever you want to call it. We all do. We all have boundaries. However, to be even more open is a difficult task, as anyone who's been hurt before knows that it is not as easy as a click of a button to just turn that part of you off. So, but these sessions, actually my last experience, my 3rd time, I did not expect this, but I had an out-of-body experience for the first time ever. And I began to float out of my body and actually see a physical spirit trying to enter, and I dissipated them with like a light beam or something. Like, it was insane. I like pretty much, like, my whole body went into paralysis for like 10 minutes during that encounter. And it just feels like floating through space. It's really something else. You can't even describe or imagine, but yeah, that was interesting, and I sort of gave myself like self-help therapy during that period and had all sorts of message come through, and I feel really drained and tired after my sessions every time, because people who are anxious usually don't like being still like that for long periods, and when you are, it really drains you energetically, and I just feel like all of my really energy just goes into the tank at that time, and the magnesium does something to the skin, and it always makes you go to the bathroom like really bad after. it is healing to an extent, and I will keep going so long as I reap benefit of it. I almost was going to stop, but that third time I was like, whoa, this is something else. There's a reason people use these, and you have to kind of stick it through. And they say after the first few times you usually feel more energized, but we'll see this fourth time. I go once a month, but it's quite a drive away because there's no better ones really around me. But I'll keep you updated if you're interested, and I recommend you try it at least once. You don't really, it's kind of silly to say once because you don't really get much of anything out of it, but being tired after the first try and maybe sore because you're really, it activates the parts of your muscles that are just like tense, adhesions, etc. But my leg is finally better. I've been doing a running again, and it's nice to get back on track because there was a good month where I just could not run because my leg had the shin splint, and it was quite painful and uncomfortable for me. Even to drive or walk or bike ride or go about my day really was quite irritating actually, and the baths did help with that, I think. And that's part of why I want to keep going, because it really does relieve some of the tension from my body, but I still have some in my shoulders. I've been struggling all my life ever since a kid with my back, and I know we hold a lot of energy there, and either my left is messed or my right, I can't tell which, but or both, who knows, but one feels a bit off kilter than the other. And I know someone would recommend a chiropractor, but I just I have so many expenses right now, I don't feel like investing in that right now actively. I'd rather do one thing at a time and see which helps, but regardless, whatever it is you do at the end of the day, it's for your benefit, and you have to take care of yourself and look out for yourself, and that's the only person that's important is you, and that's how you are able to manage and take care of other people as well. And I've just been learning a lot about myself during this time, and it's fun to share with you and allow you to pick up on some information and maybe take it with you and train yourself to do certain things actively that are good for your well-being as well. So, what else was I going to talk about? I have plenty of hypnosis videos, hypnotherapy coming. I kind of wanted to wait until I was finished with my program, but I feel like lately I've just been kind of dry on ideas, and I still have plenty of ideas in my notebook, but a lot of them I written down months ago, and I'm no longer interested in doing them. You know, when you kind of have an idea and then a while later you're like, yeah, it's kind of stale, it's kind of bland. Then all of a sudden you don't want to do that anymore. Like you're like a completely different person from that time period. Especially now with everything going on. And gosh, how long has it been? April, May, June, almost, it's, by the time you see this, probably 4 full months since I started this interesting journey, and it has been quite a ride. And it feels like in this 4 months I've changed like it was 4 years, like that fast, you know. Oh, the heat waves, I wanted to talk about that because the word change reminded me of it. Climate change and global warming, all that stuff. Are you guys really feeling the effects? Because they keep getting record amount of carbon levels and atmosphere and heat waves across the country. There was one in the US now. Today there's one in Europe, and you guys are getting record-setting temperatures since the time of weather recording data, and it keeps getting worse. And you know, there are things we can do actively, like cut back on plastic bottles and plastic bags, but that's even that many nations are still doing that, and we are, as the United States, extremely far behind on catching up with going green, and it is quite unfortunate. And you know, a lot of us talk. I'll be honest. I talk about that. However, there are still things I do that are going against the grain of going green, and it's quite disappointing that 99.99% of people talk but don't do anything about it, and it's contributing to the cause. And many times we question ourselves, what can we do about this? Really, is there something we can do? Is it too late already? And yes, it is too late, but there are still ways to slow it down. However, it is also too late to slow it down fast enough, so without causing some severe flooding and all that stuff. So we can maybe perhaps sit and see what happens and relocate if we must and adjust. But I definitely am noticing the changes, and from what I hear, most of it is from what I hear, it is devastating, and it is just blows my mind how much we still are sabotaging our own home planet. And yeah, I remember California had the scare with the earthquake. That was intense. What else? And then Seattle, right off the coast, and then the other side of the world, because usually when there's an earthquake on this side, the other side will feel it. It's like a bell, so it pings on the other side, so, and it bounces back and forth. It causes aftershocks. And I love the earth sciences. I've always been into that, reading things about it, and must be something else for me to talk about, but I cannot quite remember without, of course, oversharing my life experience, keeping everyone's privacy. Yeah, I guess I can give you an update down the line when things progressively move forward. I love Florida. It would be pretty sad if Florida went underwater, really. I'm noticing the difference in the amount of hot days and rainy days as well are drastic and extreme. The storms are getting worse each time. And the grass really is getting dry in the backyard. I don't know if it's reversible at this point. I mean, the heat is just wow. I mean, I'm pretty much used to it because I love bike riding and running in the heat, you know. But yeah, it's wild when you know that feeling after you shower, and then it's like, did I just shower? Because I'm like sweating from the humidity again. And humid, hot heat weather is actually worse on the skin because you cannot, you're not able to properly sweat or something like that. The moisture in the air is overpowering your sweat, so it's like it feels hotter than it is. Dry heat is apparently better because you are able to sweat and cool off properly. That's just what I read. And you know, we can joke all we want about things that are happening, the changes, and planting trees and all that may help, but it is beyond even that. And the facts are out there if you want to read them, if you'd like to watch them, look into them, or do your own research, educate yourself about what we are doing to contribute daily to this cause of basically global disaster and drastic measure which needs to be taken immediately, and all that ice that is melting. And I have been talking about it for a while, if you haven't noticed, and it is only getting worse. And let's see what happens a year or two from now, and I have no doubt in my mind it's going to get even worse. 9th year in 10 years, the many towns and cities having the highest peak temperatures ever recorded. How could it go in Chicago from minus 40 plus, meaning between like minus 40 to minus 60, to 115 to 120 in a matter of 6 months? Something's not right there. That kind of change only occurs on places like, if you think about it, like there are planets out there like this, but imagine like a Mercury and a Mars, like where it gets like peaked and then drops drastically overnight. And it's happening even faster and faster, and it just like, what can we do? That's all is the question. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? But I feel good as an influencer to talk about this so that someone can do something, you know? Someone can educate themselves and do something if they care at all. Do we care? Do we really care? That's the question. That's what I'm genuinely curious. I'm genuinely wondering, what can we do? What can we do? Is talking enough? Is talking enough? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I like to think we can get through this and be more positive about it, because as a species we have been through a lot of things and we've somehow gotten through it after all this time. So something tells me we could get through this, but this is on a larger scale. Like, we've never had to deal with space, like the whole planet fighting back, you know, like it's usually was socioeconomic disaster or disease. This is the whole flipping planet fighting back. How do you manage that when you're literally the size of a bacteria on this piece of rock? Of all things, you never would have anticipated weather to be the cause of your demise. But we are the cause of our demise. And thousands of years of history has proven it. Maybe even millions. It's just fascinating to think about and talk about without going too far down this rabbit hole typhoon. But what can we do in reality? We can inhale mountain, juniper, peppermint, and pine by a monk. People say MONQ. Why do you keep feeling the need? I like saying MONQ. It makes me stand out, okay? I like going against the grain. But yeah, you can say monk, or you can say MONQ. I like being proper, so I'll say MONQ. I'm a try hard, so I'll say MONQ. This is my favorite color, though. Kind of matches my walls. Oh my gosh. Okay, not really, but from here it does. But from here it doesn't. And you know, people don't understand the bigger picture. They think like, oh my god, today was like minus 72 degrees. How is global warming there? Oh my god. Drastic weather. Colder winters, hotter summers. And overall global average temperatures rising. People don't realize that. They think their world is just their little town in Oklahoma. But there's more So it may be 50 degrees on a usual hot summer day that day, but the average is rising. So it's like balancing itself out, you know. If you fill a bathtub of water and drop a rock in there, the waves are going to go around a little while. One will be lower, one will be higher. Okay, yeah, that's a good example. That's a good analogy, because when you drop something in water, it rises, right? So imagine that rise in water being the rise in temperature. So you see the dips and the troughs of the waves. So you in a little town in Oklahoma may have a dip that day, but over there in Iraq there's a major peak, okay? So it's like on average the peaks will be greater and more elevated now that there is an extra mass in the water. So it's right. Do you know what I mean? So when the waters settle, which they never will because we're continuously contributing to it. So imagine like a meteor shower of rocks just trying to fill this bathtub, and you're going through the dips and the waves, but slowly the average of the mass of the water is rising, and you don't see that, but we're starting to see it now, and it just is. You're gonna probably agree with me if you don't today, 5-10 years from now. Not even. And we want to send people to Mars. That's another topic I want to talk about. Okay, so I made this video long ago on a vlog channel. People were disagreeing with me, but nowadays people will agree with me about Elon Musk. Look, nothing against the guy. He's a mastermind, genius of all sorts. But when you feel like you can solve humanity's problem by moving to another rock, which will end up doing the same to you, when you contribute to it, which I know they have all plans of going green on Mars or the moon or whatever, like they won't do the emissions, and even if they did, that place's thin atmosphere might not do much. And even if it did much, like really Mars, like it's just like a dead rock, so it's not like all life is pretty much killed off, minus maybe some water hidden in there, maybe microbes we don't know about, but regardless. The point is, they're going to be self-sustaining in these tanks or floating cities or whatever they have planned. So, bases, yeah, that's what they're called, if we want to be smart about it. Now imagine, you're taking away some of society and placing them somewhere else. What is that going to do? Oh, somewhere else is a disaster, by the way. Depressing, lack of sunlight, lack of a social environment. Okay, what if they don't like each other? Where are you gonna go? Huh? You can't go back. And to be with them for almost a year, out in the middle of nowhere. Will they even make it to Mars? I mean, like, do you watch Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother? They almost kill each other in those houses for 30 days. 300 days. And there's no security. There's no securities to stop the bickering back and forth. And you're enclosed in a tank. Think about that. It's just a reality show for billionaires to laugh at, sit back and enjoy. How about we take all of them to go to Mars and see how it feels, where they don't need money, where they need to take their social skills, their sexual life, and their relationships onto another planet. That is, again, a disaster. Like, there's nothing there. Let's think about that before the excitement of taking humans to Mars. When we have nowhere near solved the problem of hunger, famine, all of that, the starvation, the thirst of our world, and we're thirsty to go to a red planet and live there and pretend like nothing happened here, like, oh, we don't want to deal with the problems here, we don't even associate ourselves with that. Yet you take yourself everywhere you go, and you still take your projections everywhere you go, and you will still make just as a disaster, if not worse, on that new location. If you've watched any of those shows like Survivor or whatever, and you see those people trapped on those islands and how disastrous it is, imagine 10 times worse than that, and see where that takes you as humans. And you're going to pretend like you evolve into this new alien species. Bye. We have to evolve before we're able to evolve high enough to a vibrational state to survive on a disastrous place like that. The universe is not prepared to take us there, and it simply will not happen. The budget is not large enough, and nobody cares that much enough to contribute to that. We would rather contribute to climate change than that. Trust me on that. You can take all the billions and trillions of dollars you want and contribute to it, but at the end of the day, you're just literally hurting people, and you are just doing this for entertainment purposes, and I never once agreed with this and never will. Change my mind. If you just sit back and think and educate yourself, no matter how qualified you are to travel in space, no matter how many training and tests they do on you, you are a human being. Put yourself on a floating tank for almost a year with complete strangers. And you may get to know them, you may socialize with them for years before you go, sure, why not? Keep in mind that friend is an enemy on the back burner. They're not family. If you agree or disagree with the blood is thicker than water kind of thing, it's irrelevant. Just think for a second. Think for a second. And then to be on a desolate rock for the rest of your life, unable to return. You're probably in your 30s, 40s, 20s. You don't know what you want to do with your life when you're 60, 70, 80. What if you're 60, 70, 80 on that rock and you want to go back? You realize this is not the life you wanted to live. Then what? You go out and take off your spacesuit. Exactly. This got deep pretty fast, but I just felt the complexion. I felt compelled to discuss this. Disagreements, agreements, irrelevant. You know, we can all agree to disagree. I'm just talking. That's my viewpoint. Sometimes I don't like doing this because it's so one-sided. Like, I want to hear others' opinions, but at the same time I can in the comments, but I'm not arguing with anyone on this. I'm open. I'm having an open mind, but anytime soon I'm not going to change my mind on what I feel, because I do feel what matters is here and now, and we are here and now. And when you have to try too hard to change things and go against the natural pattern of the way things are, most likely the universe is not in alignment with that for humanity right now at this time, and you can maybe manage to get them there, but when you see the disaster, what it does, I think it's just mind wash. They're probably mind washing these poor people and telling them, oh, you're making a difference for humanity, you know, we're gonna help feed your family and all that, you're gonna get them a secure pension and stuff, but it's like you're on this rock. They're probably going to think, who cares what happens to them when they're like 150 million miles away? They might as well be dead, you know, because they can never return. And it's just sad, like the last time you see someone you love, like you don't know what's going to happen to them, you know? And people always say like, oh, what if there's other life there and they come out under the ground and get them all, you know? I doubt that, but maybe they're just like rats for their experiments. You never know. I mean, humans can do some pretty messed up things, especially a human with a lot of power. So, I don't know. I'm just